Yes.
Well, friends, it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here. And it is a galaxy of luminaries. All all are achievers in their own right. And besides this, all are social influencers, all of you. And as I can see from the brief biodata which I was given to, that everybody has got something besides whatever they are professionally expert in. And that means XENA Global Family Foundation is reaching out to people in various walks of life. And I was told that this program, this meeting was had been organized just after the Durga Puja to celebrate the Nari Shakti. And well, who else can do that except the Naris, the ladies of the meeting, who are, I know that they are multitasking, play multi role in life, and they also influence the various walks of life, like indigenous society, like music, like painting, social work, etc. So without much ado, I'm going to do what I was supposed to do, I was asked to do, to light a lamp and declare this meeting open. Thank you very much. You can proceed further. Amitabh ji, you can take over. Unmute your mic.
Tanazana, you have to take over. You have to unmute yourself.
I'm doing that. I'm sorry. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I have given the spelling right to everybody.
Yeah.
So
Can I start?
Chintan can play the Chintan will play the video, please. We can. Yeah.
Okay. This is Tanaz Sopariwala. The concept of Durga is extremely popular during Navratri. Navratri refers to the 9 nights that led to the celebration of Vijayadashmi. The goddess is worshipped in 9 forms. The 9 forms are Shailaputri, Brahmacharini, Chandraganta, Kusumahandera, Skandamata, Katyani, Kalaritri, Mahaguri, and Siddhati. These are not 9 separate goddesses. They represent the 9 phases of the goddess's life. The nine nights of Navratri are a celebration of the goddess in her entirety. The goddess is Shakti, who brings meaning to Shiva, who disembodied pure consciousness. The first stage is Shailaputri, where Shakti is the goddess. She is the goddess of the mountains. She is born of the mountains and she decides to marry the mountain hermit Shiva. He, however, withdraws, does not want to marry. He withdraws into his mountain cave, stubbornly refusing to be with her. In the second phase, she becomes Brahmacharini, a hermit who performs tapasya. She mimics Shiva, who is a tapasvi himself. As she does exactly what he does, Shiva realizes what would happen if all man and woman choose to become hermits. The next generation will not be created. The world will cease to exist. The rock Shivlinga becomes the plant Bilava. The object turns into an organism. As Shiva realizes, without Shakti, he is a dead body Shava. Shiva agrees to marry Shakti And the goddess then takes a third form, which is Chandraganta. The Chandraganta or the bell-shaped moon represents the first day of the waxing moon when only an arc of the moon is seen. If Shiva is the waning moon, destroyer, with Shakti, he becomes the waxing moon, the creator. Now, as Shiva's wife, she enjoys the companionship of Shiva, and her body is filled with warmth. This makes her Kusumaneda, Kushmunda, gently aroused. In a fourth form, she becomes radiant like the sun in the presence of Shiva. The fifth form is when she becomes a mother. She is Kanda, mother. She has domesticated Shiva, who was a hermit, into a householder called Shankara, and also made him a father. In the sixth form of Katyani, she becomes the outraged warrior who fights Mahasura, who cannot be defeated by any other deva. He arrogantly decides that no man can defeat him, forgetting that a woman can defeat him. In a seventh form, she becomes even more fierce as Kalaritri, Kali who kills Chanda and Munda. She adorns her body with his entrails, limbs and heads. It is the fiercest and darkest form of the goddess, after which she quickly calms down. She then becomes the eighth form, Mahagouri, the homemaker. Gauri is the one who is domestic. Her hair is no longer unbound. She doesn't run amok naked on the battlefield. She sits at home preparing food to feed her husband Shiva in the form of Annapurna. In the final form, she is a Siddhartri, the accomplished one. She has completed her work and now takes her rightful place as one of half of Shiva's body. She completes him. This is her greatest accomplishment. She has connected Shiva to worldly life, made him realize his purpose to animate the world and make the world realize its value and purpose. This is the ultimate role of the goddess in Hindu mythology. Thanks.
XENA World Vision Document. We are a family bringing joy, happiness, prosperity in our lives and around by nurturing, encouraging, catalyzing, enabling 360-degree well-being in physical, intellectual, emotional, social, and economic dimensions. Our vision: abundance of joy, happiness, care, and prosperity for all. Our mission: we strive for alleviating pain, suffering, and poverty, encouraging unshackled-free thoughts, enabling dignified jobs and livelihood, nurturing close family bonding, seeking joy and happiness in the impact caused. Our values: passion, work with passion and from heart. Our values: humility, learning attitude, mutual respect, and open to listening to others. Our values: integrity, sincere, honest, and ethical principles. Our values: empathy, understand and feel others as your own. Our values: humanity, have compassion, brotherhood, fellow feeling, and kindness. Our values: joy, work that brings joy and value, diversity and inclusion. Our character: trust, belief, faith, and confidence in self and in others, from where love and compassion emanate. Character, virtue, high moral values, patience, consideration, trustworthiness, and forgiveness. Our character, transparency, honesty, openness, and not guarded. Thank you.
Hello. So I'm sorry. I'll be introducing Dr. Nandini Bhattacharya Panda. She is a doctorate in literature from the prestigious Oxford University. A distinguished fellow Asian Conference Meghalaya, former senior fellow Nehru Memorial Museum and Library, authored several books and articles, historian by training, currently working for a long time on the indigenous communities in the eastern and northeastern Himalayas, prepared documentary films in the Himalayan communities, especially the Lepecha community. I hand over to Ms. Nandini Bhattacharya Panda. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Thanasji. I'm interested to do something similar. So good evening. Thank you each and everyone for being with us today. I'm privileged to welcome those of you who are part of XENA family for a long time, and also those who are new to XENA family, XENA world family. I'm honored for having been entrusted with the responsibility of delivering today's welcome address. We hear about equal opportunity employer. XENA Foundation is a family, family though, not an employer, but in which every family member given opportunities. I'm privileged that XENA has faith in people like me, and therefore I am here in front of you virtually though. XENA Global Foundation extends several wings. The objective of XENA family is to forge academic collaborations and facilitate student internships. XENA is a public trust. The foundation carries out multifarious activities such as sustainable program design and execution of techno-commercial projects. It looks after the dependent or challenged children, working fraternity assets. The event today is attended by galaxy of ladies and gentlemen. The MC today is Tanaz Patel Supariwala. She is a professional graphic designer who worked in advertising and dealt with clients like Leela Kempinski, Benetton, Systime G, Oil Asia, Software India, like that. She loves traveling, the mountains, trekking, professional Himalayan trekking, and passed out the courageous hobby to her children as well. She has an adventurous spirit, and that's how participated in Goa Women's Rally as a rally driver, conducted by Times and Automobile Association of India. Along with the passion of reading, she loves rafting, hiking, and such hobbies which keeps her close to nature with true human spirit. It is now over to you, Tanazji, and we have other, I should end with saying that we have other eminent participants like Ambassador Jitendra Tripathi, Atul Sinha, Shubha Pal, Jyoti Singh, and we are missing Farham Khanam and Jasmine too. I hope they will join, but over to you, Tanadji, and hope it will be a memorable program.
Thank you, Nandini ji. Thank you very much. Now we will be following the Great Memories and Milestones video.
Just watched a montage of some people getting together at important venues like boardrooms in beautiful locales such as well-manicured gardens and exchanging pleasantries. What does all this have to do with the activities of XENA and its vision for a better future? Actually, these are the people who work behind the scenes. They have taken time out of their work and family schedules to gather at centrally located places to discuss important issues. They did not necessarily know each other before these meetings, but they met nevertheless to present and listen to others' deeply held beliefs on how to achieve social well-being through XENA's mission and vision. These meetings typically went on for several hours. Some had a firm agenda, others were more unstructured brainstorming. In all instances, the members arrived at a consensus without any coercion or manipulation. All processes were democratic. Nobody was superior or inferior. Nobody's personal values carried the day in the end. We show these pictures of people arriving at decisions on how to move forward. what to prioritize given the urgency of certain themes and contexts, and what to avoid so that the group unity doesn't suffer. These snapshots of people exchanging flowers, posing for group shots, and exchanging information about each other are indicators of cooperative working, respectful disagreement, and newly forged alliances based on mutual respect. These memories and milestones are a commitment to our larger mission and a promise that if you decide to join one of our many working groups, you too will have a sense of meaningful participation and collaborative learning.
Tanajana, your
Yes, I will do that. Thank you, DJ. This is a hello to Mr. Atul Sinha. Atul Sinha holds a bachelor's degree in economics from SRCC, Delhi University, and an MBA from XLRI Jamshedpur. He spent 32 years in a corporate career, ending up as vice president of marketing of Britannia Company. The next phase of his career saw him setting up a very successful brand design company called Scarlet Tiger Brand Design. The company worked on marquee brands such as Santoor, Chandrika, Bingo, Candyman, Kingfisher, Cadbury, Park Avenue, Spaces, Bed Linen, Vidal, and much more. An interest in spirituality and Indian knowledge led him to enroll for a PhD program in yoga. His area of research is the effect of yoga on school children. He has studied Patanjali Yoga, Sutra, the Gurukul system of education, and the systems of Indian philosophy in some detail. He has published 3 academic papers and a 4th is under review. He has published many articles on Indic issues. His future plans are to take a systema. That's all. Over to Mr. Atul Sinha.
Thank you, Tanas.
Welcome.
So now we're getting into the meat of the program. So, we are meeting just after the festival of Navratri. And as Tanas very nicely dealt into it, it's a celebration of the many aspects of Mata Durga. And it is a testament to the very high esteem women have been held in our culture. And they are blessed to play many roles, multiple roles, and with very seamlessly. They're seamless multitaskers. I deviate a bit. In Britannia, my boss was a woman, and she would come down and say, "Hey, have you done this, that, have you done this, this?" And I would say, "Vinita, stop. You're dealing with men. We can't multitask. We do one thing at a time." And, but she was like into 10 things at the same time. So, that's the beauty of the way a woman's mind works. And we have today 2 very talented women who will tell us their stories. We will meet a journalist who's also a musician, creative writer, and a theater performer. And we'll meet a young, accomplished architect who celebrates life with music, dance, and art. So, the feminine in our culture has very diverse aspects, and these are expressed in the form of Nav Durga. So the 9 aspects, the feminine expressed are pure love, unwavering resolve, radiating beauty, ultimate creativity evidenced by the capacity to manifest a new life. It's really magical. Nurturing and protective mother, a warrior against ignorance, and ferocity against evil, and at the same time, serene tranquility and highest accomplishments. So it is, I personally feel it is very diminishing for women today to demand sameness with men. They are not same as men, they are different. They're equal, but they are different. And they can achieve whatever they want. They can accomplish whatever they want by being a woman, by being themselves. They don't need to be same as women. In fact, the whole nature is made where the men and women play very complementary roles, and they both thrive in a complementary fashion with each other. So I am, for one, looking for.
Let me introduce to all of you Mrs. Shubha Pal. To begin with, her educational background, she holds a Master's in International Relations from Jadavpur University, Kolkata. She also holds a Master's in Broadcast Journalism from New York University. She has done an integrated course in Conflict Resolution and Peace Operations from United Nations Institute of Training and Research. Now, talking about her vocational side, she is a creative content writer, performer, and director of more than 150 shows in prestigious auditoriums and esteemed clubs in India. She holds a master's degree in music from Prayag Sangeet Samiti, Allahabad, and is an exponent of Ravindra Sangeet from an esteemed music academy, Dakshini. About her other activities, she is the first lady in Rotary District 3291 and associated with Rotary International Movement for past 32 years. Presently having chair membership of Rotary Club of Kolkata, the second oldest Rotary Club in India. She is associated with the following Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Bengal Chambers, WIICS. She is also part of Ladies Study Group, that is Women's Wing of Indian Chamber of Commerce. She is a former member of Women Empowerment in CII. She is also a member of All Ladies League since its inception. Her hobbies: reading books, traveling, and writing for productions. Shubha is married to Manap Pal, who is an economist and a naval architect by profession, a former ship owner and owner of India's only 4-star floating hotel in Kolkata. Her only son, Anubhav Pal, is an internationally acclaimed author, playwright, columnist, movie writer, and a comedian.
Just give me a minute, please.
Women are multitaskers, but they forget कौन सा material किधर रखा भी रहता है. That also happens.
Yeah, the first storyteller of today is Mrs. Shubha Pal. Ms. Shubha Pal, can you take the place?
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. First of all, I like to thank this forum, XENA Foundation, for this opportunity for me to speak about my story in front of such luminaries. Your Excellency, we have Jitendra Tripathi here, Atul Sinha, Nandini Bhattacharya Pandey, who spoke about this forum to me. Subsequently, I spoke to Rajiv Ananda, and I can see the distinguished panelists this evening. Thank you so very much for your kind words about me and giving me this opportunity to talk. Now, the problem is, I'm really wondering where to begin with. We just finished our Durga Puja, the great festival of the woman, the empowered woman we all admire, we all revere, and we all look forward to her visits every year. I just start with my program just before the Durga Puja festival. I wrote a program, Anando Torongo Jage. I'm a Bengali. The script was a mixture of Bengali and English because I was presenting it to a very cosmopolitan audience. So I had to think about that. So where I basically wanted to highlight that there is a Durga in every person, every woman that we see. This Durga, this omnipresence of Ma Durga, which is, she's very powerful. She destroys the demon, as we all know the story. I'm not getting into the details. What we don't know, that there are so many women, there are so many fighters, there is so many people out there to, to create problems for the women who start their journey with the ambition, with the aspiration, with the hope, with the dream that they should try and achieve something. The path is not easy at all. And so these Durgas, we need to respect them, we need to empower them, we need to educate them. And that is why I'm so impressed looking at reading about the kind of primary objectives that your forum offers, that humanitarian aspect of your forum, which inspired me to come and talk about my life. It's a simple life story. It's I started, I think my CV has given everything. So I started. I was always wanting to do something, write something, and talk about others. So my writing skill, that was really kind of trying to find an expression. So after I completed my broadcast journalism in New York, and thereafter, and my background was international relations and history. So I came straight into presenting, writing, preparing, participating, getting hold of the right participants for the programs that I used to organize for Doordarshan for a very long time. And thereafter, after Doordarshan, I have come into the other forums, the chat sessions, like face-to-face with Vikram Seth, and so many other things. And thereby, not only I got associated with wonderful, wonderful, talented writers, authors from the cross-section of society, women, women authors, women entrepreneurs, and also since I was involved in this kind of productions for about 14, 15 years, this gave me an opportunity to get to know the other section of the society, how they live, especially the women, how they live, how they work, how they struggle in their daily lives, which you and I may not be privy to understand and engage in our day-to-day basis, in our lives in day-to-day basis. So from there, I got the inspiration to join Rotary movement. Rotary, as you know, is a global movement. It has its headquarters in Evanston, in Illinois, and I was the president many, many years ago, and our primary objectives are literacy, empower women, empower men and women. Of course, today, as you are talking about women empowerment, that is why I'm talking of women. But basically, the education for women, employment for women, skill level for women, health and like health and sanitation for women, and how to help the self-driven women find a secure place in the society. Of course, men are important. Men also get adequate attention from us, starting from giving them, a different kind of vocational expertise, guidance, community service projects that we do, that help them to construct schools, the buildings, and where they get employed, they get paid, and many, many, many other avenues where men are also employable and for which the basic training is provided to them by us. But that is my one side of me, which is my passion. The other side of me is my vocation, that NGO platform. Now comes the corporate side. Corporate side, since I was working as a senior person later on, initially started when Doordarshan first came into being in the 70s, early 70s, and thereafter many other channels. When I lost my interest and I thought, let me do something more creative, more sustainable. And that's when I joined a forum when I could, speak about the women power. I joined CII. I worked with CII for many years as a corporate person. I'm coming back to my corporate life a little later. First, let me finish with my other avenues. Then I joined Indian Chamber of Commerce, the Lady Study Group, where also we help people. It is not only the women, they just, come there and they wine and dine. No, they also take care of the, how do I put it, underprivileged, not so fortunate women and children. And they also, we try to sustain their kind of work with whatever we could offer to them. And we make it a pool and we try to help them out so that they can carry on in their onward journey, whether it's child prostitution, whether it is old age women homes where women can be protected and kept and taken care of while they are abandoned by the society. Then there are various other forums where I'm involved, like Bengal Chambers, other things, which of course is very satisfying in the end of the day, as I'm sure all of you at some point, some stage in your life, you all are very eminent people in the society, gone through and felt that how important it is, just maybe a drop in the ocean of what we do, but it's a drop is also required to build a momentum to take the country, take the society forward. I wouldn't say country, take the society forward. Now my corporate life started when I sort of was thinking of writing for the stage productions. My husband, he was a ship owner, not in this country, he's a naval architect and an economist. So he thought of building the first floating hotel and owning it in Calcutta. The year, it was not an easy task. He worked very hard, lot of research, and I got very involved to see the kind of project which initially was actually, it started from Singapore, where he was working on offshore oil projects, and from there the floating hotel project started. And right from the beginning, in the year 2002, 2003, when I think I quit television work and I joined hands with him. And my other work, of course, was going on simultaneously, which is writing for stage productions, which leeway I got from my hard work. That was 2002 till he built it and put it on the Calcutta map, which was in the Victoria Memorial. If you can see to the left is the hotel in the skyline. And I don't take the credit of building it. I don't take the credit of owning it. I'm just a worker there. I worked there to make this happen, make this work. And we believed in a philosophy that industry and art can be functioning. They can always function simultaneously. They can function together. So there we organized a lot of fests for children on Christmas Day, on various other New Year's Day, Bengali New Year's Day, also other New Year's days for other states. We tried to bring all of them in on a New Year's Day on the 16th of April or 15th of April, which takes care of New Year's Day in 4, 5, 6 states in India. And we set up an art gallery where, of course, the senior artists like Jugen Chaudhary to Shubha Prashanno to late Sunil Das, to everyone, you name it, and everyone was there showcasing their artwork. And also, we made it a rule that only when they are exhibiting, it is a commercial proposition. But for the ordinary artist who doesn't get his or her works showcased, we should provide the venue free of cost to them, 7 days a week, at least twice a year, for them to showcase whatever they earn is their profit. We have nothing to do with it. If they are happy, if people are buying from them, then we are happy. At least we have been able to, to introduce them to the correct kind of buyers, or it's a buyer-seller connect. We just provided the venue. And we also tried to do a lot of programs on women, like helping the women, providing them with sewing machines, computers, providing their education for the children of the red light districts, which we definitely did it once before the pujas and once before the Christmas. And apart from that, the stupendous work, of course, was there. And so that is the other thing. I was very involved right from the beginning, and I was the director of corporate communications. So it was my responsibility, my job, to make sure about the comfort levels, about the infrastructural facilities, about whatever the people could be happy with spending a few days, because there were rooms as well, and staying afloat and spending nights on the Ganges. And that then, and from there, it came up that why don't we do something for the cleaning of the Ganges, where I am presently the chief executive of this promotional work. And we try, this is the environmental aspect, we try to make sure to work with the NGOs, to work with the government, and for a cleaner, better, healthier Calcutta. And about my productions, yes, I tried to write things involving, of course, my background as a student of history for my honors helped me in this respect. When I write something, just not a sing-song thing or something which is very fragile in your thoughts. You come out and you forget. Well, I'm not saying that it's all great, but all I'm trying to say is it had captivating audience of 400 to 500 people wherever I have written something, and I have contributed to the thought process of the people. At least they should go back home with some thought, some idea, and maybe they will read about it in future, that what she has written, what she has shown. And these are all mega productions I did. 50 people, 60 people, 100 people productions I did. I'll give you an example. I wrote a production, Omar Khayyam, 11th century Persian poet, for which I had to travel, I have to experience, I have to see, I have to take pictures, I have to bring books. First, I had to know. Then the thing to sort of do the framework, and then to get the celebrity actors, the supporting cast and everybody, and then the production. I always try to do it single-handedly. I was helped definitely by my very competent friends in the theater world in some direction of some parts when I explain to them the story. And they always are like ballads. You are seeing a ballad with the audiovisual, with the stage, with the music, and always sort of papers wrote, I'm very privileged, I'm humbled, papers wrote nice things about it. Then, for example, am I taking more than 20 minutes or 20 minutes not over?
No, I think you can go on. You can go on for some more time. I haven't
Okay, I
timed
can
you,
go on
but
for a while.
just in general, I don't think you're taking 20 minutes yet.
Okay, I'll be brief. Right. And then, of course, I wrote about Renaissance and Tagore. So the entire Renaissance period had to come into the picture. And then recently I wrote one, and which had, just before the pandemic, which also had about 400 people in the audience, and they all want me to repeat. This was Raj to Renaissance. I started from Job Charnock time, then the British period, how the traders became the East India Company, and the East India Company, they ruled the British India, and thereafter there's so many battles were fought, and you all are very, very erudite people to know that how exactly through the University of Tagore and to the thinkers and the writers and the poets that Renaissance was brought in, and we are independent now. But what went behind it, that story, keeping Calcutta and Bengal in the background with the visuals, with the artists acting, and that it was always the artists acting in small capsules. That was that. Then I did another one with Victoria Ocampo, and that also was quite appreciated. Then a lot of work on the folk art and folk culture. Then, of course, on women's special day, 8th of March, I did programs on women empowerment, starting from Lakshmi Bai to the modern days Durga that I mentioned to you, talked about. Now, there is a Durga in every woman. There's a Shakti in every woman. That's the women power that we are talking about is prevalent in each and every woman. That opportunity they need to be given, and who else but us can give them a little bit of help, maybe hold their hands and help them to come up in society a little bit. They are trying very hard. They're all very eager. I've seen women through my Rotary experience of the villages we used to visit 30 years ago. They were scared. They never used to bring the children out in a building, in a school building in Rajarampur, which village we adopted from my Rotary to teach the children. Mothers couldn't bring them. Fathers will spend, I'm not blaming any man. Please don't you misunderstand me. It was the system there. And then mothers were not educated, but they came and sat slowly. There were 2-3 people, then there were more people, and then more mothers, and mothers were also feeling that why not we be educated, we be empowered. So from there, that thought came to help them with the training center to do something, will make something. We helped, will provide the infrastructure for them to sell their products. A little bit of women power, if that could be flourished, then why not? And now I see the same women, they have become very old. Each one of them is doing a small business in the villages, very small, but each one is independent. Some are taking loan from the banks, those who are little more educated, little more adventurous, others, and men have become much more responsible. And the children, they are so beautifully trained now. I wish and pray all these children that they are being educated with some kind of funding that we generate from different sources. I don't know if any of you is Rotarian here. However, little bit of whatever fund we generate, it goes to the pool, and from there we make sure schools are built, libraries are built, books are bought, and little bit of help from there. So my story and my singing, yes, that is something I like to share with you. I learned in a very good school. I had sung in a number of performances with the esteemed vocal artists of Calcutta. Unfortunately, the kind of rigorous training, you can't do anything half-heartedly. You have to be very, very sincere in whatever you do. I'm sure you all know that by being very successful, each one of you in each one's independent profession or vocation. But my music, I still sing, but to myself. But it is not to an audience. For the simple reason, I could not devote time to my music, which is my love, apart from my traveling and other things. And making sure that more and more women, not only from the platform, but starting from your whole home helps to see that they are getting more sustainable jobs, their children are getting educated, they are being able to position themselves in a better place in society, not as domestic helps, but maybe in an advanced path, which is probably our dream, our mission, our ambition, and our belief. And women, from where they are now, they are whichever strata of society they are now, when I mix randomly with each and every stage they are in. I mean, I'm not cocooned to my home talking to very limited women of the society. No, I'm talking to them from the basic ground level, villages to villages, talking to them, trying, when I say me, not me alone, I am doing it equally with the other women, the maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 people. They are also trying to empower women. So when now we go and see them, we see the terrific change in them. There I see the strength in the girls. I can see the courage in the girls. I can see the vision in the girls. I can see the mothers are so strong. Mothers are so working so hard to give that to their daughters, which they have missed. So I think I don't really have a clear chartered path in my life. And I'll be very privileged. I must say that my family, they stood by me in all my idiosyncrasies, and they supported because they also believe in not only women power, but the total, like societal change, and which can only happen if we all hold each other's hand, work together, and we envision a better society with more people employed and more people laughing, children happy, children educated, and end of the day, that becomes a very satisfying experience. My corporate life taught me the discipline, the method, the guidance I got from there. I also tried to incorporate into my other work, other field, be it my being a director in my play, which I also write, and also in my other vocational work, and in my other involvements, like in chambers and other things. So I think one side of my work had always influenced the other part of the work. I can't say which is better, which is worse, but each one has contributed to the other thought process. So that's the way I am, that's the way I work, that's the way I feel, I believe very strongly, and I am someone who is all for women, Shakti, women empowerment. And this is the program that we chose today, the topic that you chose today, this Odyssey. I love that. And of course, the journey has to go on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shubhaji. This was a very impassioned, passionate talk, I must say, and you were really in flow. So when you said 20 minutes, forget 20 minutes, you are in the midst of the raging
Very
Ganga.
kind of you, very kind of you.
So cannot stop the Ganga from flowing. So, we let it flow.
Thank you so
the
much.
other speaker, Jyoti, if from Shubhaji's talk, is there anything which you picked up with, which you want to interact with her, want to talk to her about for the benefit of the rest of us? Jyoti?
Sir, yes. Hello everyone. Namaskar. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You can go on.
Yeah. Hello everyone. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much, Jana family, and I'm very lucky to be the part of this family. And thank you, Rajiv Bhai, and who always like appreciate my work, appreciate me, and who said you're the part of this family. So my story is very
No,
small.
wait. Jyoti, this is not right now. This is not. I'm asking you to tell your story. We'll come to that. Is there anything you want to ask Shubhaji? That's the format. For the next 5 minutes, you ask something for Shubhaji. We'll come to your story. We'll give you full 20 minutes to tell your story. But right now, being the other speaker, is there anything you want to engage with Shubhaji on from whatever she said?
First of all, I'm like very happy. I'm very glad that you are. I connected with you, and I just want to know you help a lot of females. You work for women empowerment and things. See, my thing is there's a lot of female actually who they don't know, they are like very talented, very passionate towards their career and things, but just because of their family, because family is not supporting there. So just because of that, what is your suggestion for them?
Very nice.
To answer your question, we can't reach out to anybody, everybody. Once we are connected with an individual, maybe a lady, maybe a young girl, maybe a woman in a village looking for a better opportunity, where we are connected with, say, I would say 50-60 villages. 50-60 villages we are connected, right from Calcutta to Purulia to Jhargram to Baruipur to Barashat to everywhere. And each place requirement is different. Each place society strata of women. When I'm saying strata of women, not that they are beaten up, but whether how much they can work out of the house, how much they're entitled to go out and work, apart from doing all the household chores that they need to do and take care of their families, so to say. So once we get to know, we try our best to find a way for them. Either for girls, of course, if they are doing well, the educational helps, the monetary help, of course, within our limited range. And with the range, we try to help them out through scholarships, through books, through guidances where they could be admitted. We use our influences, in the sense, if there are 267 members in my Rotary, each one is from one different profession or a vocation. It is kind of a very influential forum, and each one passes on. Like the pandemic period, we just tried to do this: who to admit to a hospital, where to get the blood from, anybody dying, not having enough money to pay to the hospital, who can arrange the money, how the money will come, how the money will reach the hospital, speak to the hospital authorities. And these are the things we try in our very limited way. As I said, very limited way. And the women also, similarly, we try to tell them, do not afraid. Go ahead, do your work. Other volunteers are there. Other NGOs are there. We will get you in touch if we can't do it. But do not step back, step ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Jyoti, thank you for asking a very, very insightful question.
Thank you.
And Shubhaji, I have a question for you. The kind of work which you have done, you have kind of displayed all the Navdurgas in your work. I mean, you have shown unconditional love. You have been a nurturing, protective woman towards the less fortunate women, especially, but men too. And through your thought-provoking writings, you have spread knowledge. You have been a warrior against ignorance. You have been the,
I
Katyayani.
try in my very humble way
Yes.
to do that, send a
Yes.
message across to the society.
Yes, and you are accomplished. You have all the Navdurgas we can see in you. But from the way you talked, you have straddled these different aspects of yourself very seamlessly. So give us some insight. Tell me how you. I mean, I find it very difficult to do this. I have done things sequentially. I was a very successful corporate manager to a entrepreneur to a academic, but in sequence. You have done it all together. So what is the
roles? When I'm an entrepreneur, that's a very difficult. I'm a hard taskmaster. That there my artist does not play any role. Yeah. My art plays a role after my work, day's work, where I sit, think, contemplate, and write. So I try to have separate chambers in my brain. I used to work at a much faster speed, and given my time, given the kind of age bracket that I'm in now, of course, I'm not that driven the way I used to do. But you give me my good health, I can do it. I am very driven. I'm very driven. And I like people who are very motivated, very driven. We can work together. For me, time is not a factor that I have to work only 6 hours, 5 hours. No, I forget my own luxuries. I forget my own going to movies, going to this. When I'm into work, I'm totally concentrated into my project. And people who had worked with me in Bengal and in India, the artists, the celebrities, the ordinary girls, the people who are disadvantaged, these young girls and men, they also have worked in my program. Nice. I have given them a forum to perform. Yes. Because they also must know, they must go ahead. They must be also erudite in their own way. I'm not saying someone who doesn't speak or who doesn't, who has some physical discomfort will be able to do that like any other person who's very accomplished in this field of dance or music. At least they can vent out their energy, what they enjoy most, either in painting or in dancing or in singing or any other vocation where they probably could have a skill which we don't know, to take out that skill, bring out that skill, giving them little momentary happiness.
Thank you. I have one more question for you. You said that, you don't take credit for everything. You said, I'm just a worker.
I'm a worker.
Yeah. So, so there is, of course, you're a very accomplished lady and highly educated, driven, and you have family support. So a lot of things you have done on your own. I want to understand, did you ever feel in your life there was a higher power guiding you? Ma Durga ka haath tha aapke upar. Did you ever feel that, or did you feel it's all your own?
I'll be making my honest confession today to all of you, because you are such a learned forum. I have never been overtly religious. No, never ever. It didn't come from within. What came from within to me is there is a supreme divine driving force. And my work is my worship. That force, that person, that whoever omnipresent, whoever there is, whether it's Ma Durga, whatever other Shakti or Shiva, I don't know. As I said, I don't believe in idol worship so much. I believe in a power who is guiding us in our day-to-day life, showing us the path. And I also believe if I have a kind of a commitment to do something, so many times it happened. I am into an ambitious project, I have no money. I need this money. So my production people will say, how do we? Don't worry, don't give up. It will come. We will work hard to raise it. Let's not break down. Let's not. So when I take up a project, I drive on. And God somewhere, I don't know whether it's God, whether it's some power, somewhere, somehow, this gets touched till date, get settled. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to take up another ambitious project. Let's say we could continue in whatever we are doing in my journey.
Thank you very much, Shubhaji. I think you have really lit a nice candle for all of us. We're all glowing with you, along with you, with your glow. And I hope that you're also glowing with us. And,
thank you. You spoke so well. I'm so touched with joining this.
And Tanaz, over to you. You can introduce Jyoti, and she'll be our second speaker. And Shubhaji,
thank you so much.
You're going to stay till 5:30. Please stay till and hear Shubhaji.
I have to leave with your permission, if you don't mind.
Oh, but I thought you were going to stay till 5:30, so it's only 5:15. Stay for 15 minutes, and then you can go whenever you want.
Okay, sure. I love to, but
me,
Ma'am, Shubha ma'am, I just want to ask one question. I know this is very off question. I just want to ask something. How do you manage your personal and professional life both? Because I feel they both have a different role and two, role from the Durga.
You have to have a method. You have to have a method. I get how I'm not from a time like you guys when we had a laptop, we had an iPad. So we used to write down everything. And I do use all these gadgets. But basically what I do now is I write everything before I go to bed, whether it is 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I feel that I should complete my day's task before I can say goodbye to myself and get into peaceful sleep, So I write everything for next day's work and I follow them one by one, step by step. And that I make sure there is no missing out on it. It does happen, it does miss out, then you follow it up the next day, but don't lose out on it. And don't lose your hope. That is what I strongly believe in. Do not lose your hope.
Okay.
I would like to make a comment, Shubhaji, if allowed.
I lost you somewhere.
No, I would
your
like,
camera is not on. Yeah.
I would like to make a comment. Listening to you reminds me of a famous quotation by Eleanor Roosevelt, where she says, "A woman is like a key bag. You don't know how strong it is until you put it in the hot water." So that's how I feel that.
Tell this to my husband. I'm going to tell this to my husband right now.
Yo,
He would love it.
You'll get into hot water, Shubha. Be careful.
Your Excellency,
strong.
Your Excellency, I'm definitely going to put it on to him and going to tell him that this you have told me, and he would love it. Thank you. And I have a very inspiring son. It won't be complete if I don't mention him. He is known worldwide. He's an international writer, author, playwright, and comedian, and writer for papers like Times of India, Hindustan Times, Guardian, and all those places. And he writes movies also.
What's his name?
Anubhav Pal.
Anubhav Pal. Okay.
Tonight he's in Edinburgh. He gives me the zest. Go on, fight for it. So I'm so happy that I told you the truth. I could never make it to a hall singing a song. Only I can sing to myself. That's my only regret.
Let me introduce Jyoti R. Singh to you. Jyoti R. Singh is a young, vivacious lady, a talented architect, and a successful businesswoman. She is the founder and the CEO of JJ Interiors, a boutique architectural firm. Jyoti did her bachelor's in architecture from Jamia Millia Islamia University after her schooling from Ramjas School, Delhi. She immediately joined job and worked for 4 years in the field before deciding to start of her own. She opened her venture in 2018 and has never looked back since then. Being from a business family, she picked up traits of a successful entrepreneur very early in her career. Her firm undertakes architecture and interior design services, as well as creating furniture products for sale. Jyoti's mission is converting houses into homes, and she has been growing from strength to strength, creating her portfolio projects in commercial, residential, and hospitality sectors in India and abroad. In a short stint of around 3 years as an entrepreneur, she has already made impact amongst her clients and in the industry with her sincerity and dedication. Jyoti is very passionate about her field of architecture, design and creativity. She always carries her sketchbook and captures her idea immediately whenever she gets one. She attributes her success to her very good listening and communication skills that help her understand and align with her clients' needs. She is also very transparent with her clients and keeps them informed. She also loves to paint, listen to music, and she is fond of reading books whenever she gets time to rewind.
So now let's welcome Jyoti Singh to the forum. Jyoti Singh, please carry and give us a little bit about your story too, please. Thank you. Now it's Jyoti Singh over.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Namaskar. This is Jyoti Singh. I'm an architect and interior designer by profession, and I'm from Delhi. My story is not big, and first of all, I would like to thank XENA family because I am enjoying here. I'm just meeting a lot of people here and I'm enjoying here. And thank you, Rajiv sir, for having me here. My story is very small. That is not too much big because I started my career in 2014. So I have been working in this field since 2014. So I'm from Delhi. I'm born and brought up in Delhi. I live in joint family. I'm from joint family, so there is so much restrictions. So you can't go out. You cannot do this. You cannot laugh in front of people. You cannot do so many things. And apart from that, I became like, I have to do something for myself. I have to do something for myself, for my parents, for my next generation. Because I am the only one who became architect from my family. I'm the first architect, so I did not have godfather. So I have done my Bachelor of Architecture from Jamia Millia Islamia in 2014. After that, I started my career as architect, but I was working in some firm, very reputed firm, very good firm. And immediately, in college, I was very bright student. So immediately I got job after my college immediately, and after my schooling from Ramjas, I did Bachelor of Architecture. After that, I joined my very nice office, and in 2018 I started my own firm. In 2018 I started my own firm by name of JJ Interiors, and that time I decided I will never look back. I have to go forward. I have to do something for me. I have to do a lot of things. I really believe in God, and I do believe in some power actually. And I feel God always helps me, and He always gives me the power to go ahead. So hardship means, yes, when I was facing tough time, I felt some power was helping me. And that was the inside me, that was my willpower, that was something inside me which was making me very strong. And that time I realized I'm very strong girl. I can do so many things and I can achieve my dreams. And when I did my architecture degree, I decided I have to start my own office. After doing 4 years job, I started my own office and I decided I will do something for India, for this world. And when I started my career as interior designer, even though I did Bachelor of Architecture, but I started my career as an interior designer. And after that, my client forced me to do the architecture designing. And after that, they said, you can do so many things. And I started construction projects also. So they believe in me, they believe in my work, they trust me. So this is the main factor. And second reason why I'm success, because I'm very honest with myself, with clients also. So I was always honest with my work. I was committed to my work and I was very punctual. So that was the reason I am success here, and I'm in front of you and I'm telling my story, my success story here. And I feel God always gives us, tough time, tough job to realize those time how much we are like strong, how much we strong actually. So God gives a tough job to those who are strong. I feel whatever I faced in my life, hard time, that was the learning time. I feel that was my learning time. I never called that my hard time. I said God wanted me to become the strong woman. And the second phase was when I took my thesis topic, that was the Women Empowerment Center. I designed one Women Empowerment Center where I got a lot of information about women, how they are facing so much challenges in their life, how people treat them. And I did so many things, and now I'm working for women empowerment, and I help them. And second thing, I help other people, because I feel helping other people is also art, because everyone can't help other people. I feel this in this way, because you are helping other people, you are kind, you have kind nature inside you. So when you help other people, you get the satisfaction inside you. So tough tasks make me more stronger. जितने भी टफ टास्क मिले उसने मुझे बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाया. I like sketching. I sketch a lot. Whenever I go out, I sketch, because when I sketch, I feel my depression and anxiety and everything is going away. And when I feel depressed, tense, I always sketch and I listen music. I go out, I do the salsa dance, because I do salsa dance. I love salsa dance. So I go out, I meet a lot of people, especially elder people, because they always share their story. When I was not here in this world and they were here, they could, share our story with us. So I always sit elder people, they always share their story. And I personally feel at that age, you want to share your story with a lot of people. And I have to be good listener in front of them. So that create connectivity, connectivity between me and that person. They feel we have strong bonding. And this is like, apart from my work, I go out, I meet a lot of people. I, discuss about their life. I listen and I help them. See, no, not financially. It's not like I'm always helping them by financially and something. I'm emotionally, I'm going there. Physically, I'm sitting with them. And emotionally, I'm helping them. If they need something financially, materialistic things, of course, I help them. So this is like, I feel this is like one of art and architecture things. Now come to the architecture part. When I started my career, I was working as interior designer. After that, I was working as full-fledged architect. And then I started a construction project. I do product designing. I take workshops also, interior and architecture workshop also, where I teach a lot of people who cannot pay fees to the institute and they want to learn and they want to do so many things. And of course, for architecture job, you need architecture degree, but interior designing things, if you have passion and you have something, you need also interior designing degree. But there's a lot of people who they don't have interior designing degree, but they are doing so much good in this field. So I go, I teach them, I tell them how to design your home, how to do this, how to sketch, how to learn software, how to talk to your client. I teach them, and my students are mostly from interior designing institute, and they are from architecture colleges. And happiness, of course, for me happiness is biggest thing, because I always try to be happy. And because if I am happy, if I have happiness, so I can give my happiness to other people also, and I can spread this thing. So in office, I always try to be happy with my colleague, with my staff, with everyone, because if they are happy, they can create good design. And I sketch a lot, because I have to force myself to create in creative way. And when I feel I am creative, I create good buildings, good concept. And I was working as concept designer also. So concept designing is something you are thinking, you have to think in some unique ways. You have to create unique designs and some. And after COVID, I have realized, when I was using materials in architecture and interior designing, and I was using after COVID, I just realized we have to use some kind of particular materials for this thing, because porous, non-porous materials and something like that. So for example, we are using carpet for flooring. And in COVID, this is very tough to maintain, because you cannot wash carpet daily. You cannot clean daily your carpet. But if I'm providing, marble flooring and tile flooring and some, hard flooring, so they can wash and they can clean that day daily. So after COVID, I've just realized I have to use something in material wise. So I work on material also, because I have to be sensible and sensitive architect for this world. And of course, timing, I work according to time, because I feel if I'm punctual with my life, the life will treat me seriously. They will give me everything on time, because whatever I give to this universe, that universe give me back. So I feel I have to be very punctual with myself, and I have to be very disciplined. And जैसे कि सर ने बोला था कि you cannot judge a female how strong she is until unless you put in water. So we like, of course, no one knows about this thing, like how much powerful she is actually. So this is something, because Ma Durga, this is the something, Ma Durga plays a 9th role in the in different character. So this is I feel, because we have to be very soft in one corner, and we have to be very strong in second corner. So this is the same thing. So I always try to be very honest with my life. I always try to be punctual. And my story was like, when I started my career, and in 2018, I got a lot of good opportunities. I grabbed them, and just because of that, I'm here in front of you, because I enjoy my work. I did enjoy my work, and I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jyoti. So in your talk, and especially because you are a young lady, it was very, very clear that the main aspect of Durga in you was brahmacharini. That fantastic resolve which cannot be broken, and that you drew your strength from that. You said you became very, very strong in trying circumstances. So you are an absolute, single-minded example of the brahmacharini aspect of Durga. And it was an absolute pleasure listening to you, and we really wish you are very young, and we hope you become a very, very accomplished architect and whatever else that you choose to do.
Thank you so much,
And
sir. Thank you.
also in your personal life, you become very, very accomplished. So we wish you that. One question I want to ask you is that you said you grew up in a joint family and there were restrictions and all that. I went to college in Delhi. I'm not from Delhi, but I went to SRCC in Delhi. So I'm familiar with the culture of Delhi and I can understand your joint family culture. And so I want you to, from your experience, many women say that they are constrained by their families, the society at large. But the women who kind of work through these constraints, they like really blossom and do extremely well. So is there something you can share? You can talk about that. This thing about being constrained and also being encouraged and empowered at the same time. So this contradiction, can you speak about it? It's in your own life, it's there. So can you about that?
Actually, yes, I have faced something in my joint family when I was chota bacha. My dadi used to say me, don't do this, and I used to ask, Dad, will I go to college? Can I join college? Because I don't think dadi will send me to college, because I belongs to that family. I didn't know ki I will go to college or not, and because I was the first child who did architecture in it's a art plus engineering course, and after the 10th I took science side because I wanted to become architect. I took science and things. And second side, I feel when your parents, they believe in you because my parents always believe in me. So you can achieve everything, because they said, forget about dadi, forget about anything. If you want to achieve something, you can do that. So I just felt I had joint family, but I had individual family, which was my father and mother who used to encourage me, right? And sometimes you have to face so many things, because my taji were there. When you are late from college, she will ask something. When you are going somewhere, she will ask something, because she is same as my mother, so she has power to ask anything, right? So I feel, but sometimes I feel there is advantage of joint family, because you share your lot of ideas with your cousins also. Sometimes this is not a good thing, because lots of restrictions over there. And even my dadi never allow us to go out from the house. She said, you have to stay in house and you have to study here. You have to study in front of me. You have to study here. You have to do everything here. And I used to do housework, in this is house chore also. And even that was the part, I became more strong, because I knew each and everything, how to manage house and how to manage everything. If my mother is not here, and of course she is out, I have to manage house. I have to do my office work also. So my clients, they always appreciate, because I'm strong in this way. And openly I discuss about this. I don't feel like I do everything.
May I just add a little thing? I mean, it's slightly embarrassing, but it is very true. Like, there is a discrimination, right? So because you are a girl child, you can't do this. But your male cousins, they don't have the restrictions.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We had too much big house. It was like Rajasthani style house. So we used to live in Angan. And if males, every male, they are sitting in the Angan, we can't sit in the Angan. We have to go inside with our taiji, chachi, mummy. We have to sit there. We cannot eat front of male. If male there, they came from outside, we can't eat front of them. We can't laugh even front of them. Even I laugh a lot, and my dadi used to say, you laugh a lot and I will give you punishment. And at this moment, I feel I laugh a lot, because I'm a happy person, I'm a happy child. I feel in this way, and I achieved just because of my parents, because my parents gave me, wings, and they said, you are the free bird and you can go and whatever you want to do, just achieve. They said, and my strength is my parents.
So can you change, I mean, your success, has it changed a little bit the mindset, not about Dadi, but I mean, Dadi has imparted her inhibitions, her conservatism to other women, because women, they the worst bearers of orthodoxy and patriarchy. I'm sorry to say, because once upon a time, I taught in women's studies for 10 years, right? So, and my book is also on Indian patriarchy. But could you make a difference? Your achievement, is it eye-opener to your elder generation or to the cousins that, well, I mean, this is how she has gone forward. So she is our role model.
Yes.
Exactly,
Are you inspiration to the other younger girls in your family?
Exactly. My chachi younger, one of my chachi, actually cousin chachi, she always called me foundation of this thing, because she said, you always open doors for the other people. In the sense, you went to the college, you did this, you did that, you always appreciate other people. So that means you encourage other people, other girls, and just because of you, our daughter, they are going out and they are going college and they are doing so many things, because they always say, Jyoti Didi did this thing and we have to achieve something like her also. So this is something, yes, eye-opener kind of, but they call me foundation, and they said you are foundation, because foundation always go down, no one can see, but that always carries the load of entire buildings. So that means you carries the load of entire next generation, and you are very strong. She always called me like, you're very strong and you're foundation of everything.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Really
So
wonderful.
really, like a torch to many your family members, particularly the girls.
अतुल भैया सुबह अभी भी है, वो गई नहीं है, maybe she is interested, excited, whatever.
I can't hear you too well. I can't hear you too well.
I said, now can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I said, Shubha Didi अभी भी है यहाँ पे event में मौजूद.
Oh, Shubha Didi is there.
Can you ask her to?
Yeah. I thought she had left. Shubha ji, she's on mute. Shubha ji, can you unmute yourself? I don't think she's there.
She left, I think. She left because she...
Yeah, she told she's leaving, but I can see the...
Is there anybody else who has a question for this absolutely dynamic young lady? Yeah,
I have a question. May I?
Hey, Amitabh Bhaiya must be having...
normal, I'm just a goat child.
Amitabh Bhaiya has got 2 daughters, so he must be having...
Yeah, I was waiting for my chance, yeah. So first of all, congratulations and a huge work that you have achieved in a very, very short, 3 to 4 years of your own entrepreneurship. Right. So congratulations, and grow more and grow very well. My question is not related to architecture, however. Okay. Now, when I was hearing keenly, I heard you say that you love to talk to elderlies, not only helping them financially, but also emotionally,
emotionally.
To listen to them, right? So we are yeah, so we are right now, it is in planning stage, but we are trying to create some platform for the elderlies where we want to tackle all these kind of problems. So could we count on you to be associated in such activities, Jyoti?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, great. Yeah, because through Rajiv, then I will, sort of inform you and take it offline. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Of course, my pleasure.
Yes, Atul, all yours.
Is there anybody else who wants, has a question or wants to engage with Jyoti?
Jyoti, this is Tanaz again. I have a daughter similar age group as yours who is moving out in her own career, and the kind of problems you said and the kind of problems she faced was very similar. Like my mom used to tell her, don't wear shorts, it doesn't look nice. But the guy cousins in the house used to get away with wearing anything and anything. And the girls in the house used to be told not to do this, not to do that. So I really empathize how you must have gone through the same thing in your house. Like we, at least as a mom, I was open about it. You could, we used to joke about my mummy's patriarchal traits, but it is a happening thing and most girls go through it. I understand where you come from. Nice to know it.
Yeah.
So should I go ahead and
Yes, Tanas.
Yeah.
Over to you. Can you go?
Any more questions for Jyoti or Atul? Any more questions?
No, I don't think there are. You can go ahead with the rest.
Samita,
I'm done.
we shall finish the program.
I just want to
Tell
discuss
me.
something.
Sure.
I just want to discuss, ma'am. I was very aggressive child when I was chota bacha. I was very aggressive child. My mother used to feel, इसकी शादी हो जाएगी तो ये तो किसी को रहने नहीं देगी, something like that. But when I started my own company, I became like very calm. I said I have everything. I became very satisfied person and I help other people. I go out. जिसको कहते हैं ना कि सर्च करना कि किसको हेल्प की जरूरत है, I do that. I always go out because I feel I'm very happy person. Whatever I wanted to achieve, I have achieved abhi tak whatever I wanted to achieve. But so I feel I'm happy because God is with me. Everyone is with me. My parents, they're supporting me. My brother, sister, bhabhi, everyone, they support me. Even. And so I feel I'm happy. So I have to spread my happiness. So I just, pass this message to everyone. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and you can achieve everything, and work on yourself. And people will definitely appreciate you. If you will work on yourself, people will definitely love you. And last, आप फायदा अपना ही करते हैं कि आप अपने आप को पॉलिश कर रहे होते हैं और लोग भी आपका फायदा करते हैं कि वो आपसे प्यार करने लगते हैं, आपको सपोर्ट करने लगते हैं. So in the last, we have to change ourselves. That's it. This is my formula of life.
Very well said.
Good way
Very
of
well said. Very well said.
very well. It's very like change from within, and then the world changes with you. That's the right way of leading things. So that's very nice thought to end the program with. So I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates here, Ms. Shubhapal, Jyoti Sinha, and Mr. Atul Sinha for taking the questions and making things on a much more lighter vein. And Mr. Amitav here. I extend my gratitude to esteemed role players to take out time from a busy schedule and grace the event. And the XENA family, on behalf of the XENA family, also a very big thank you to all of you to be part on a leisurely Sunday, be part of the XENA family. Today we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts and witness many inspiring talents. We surely will be going to encourage us in our future events too. This is a very big thank you to all of you from the XENA Global family. Thanks a lot.
सदस्य जीनत है जीना परिवार हमारा, चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा. हम सदस्य जीनत है जीना परिवार हमारा, चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा. कष्ट गरीबी दुख हरने का हम संकल्प उठाएं, धरती को कुटुंब करने के लिए प्रयास बढ़ाएं। कष्ट गरीबी दुख हरने का हम संकल्प उठाएं, धरती को कुटुंब करने के लिए प्रयास बढ़ाएं। हम सदस्य ज़ीना के हैं, ज़ीना परिवार हमारा, चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा। सबको रोजी रोटी हो और सबको हो खुशहाली, हो निर्बाध विचार भावना सदा सीखने वाली। सबको रोजी रोटी हो और सबको हो खुशहाली, हो निर्बाध विचार भावना सदा सीखने वाली। हम सदस्य ज़ीना के हैं, ज़ीना परिवार हमारा, चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा। दया क्षमा नैतिकता हो और हो सम्मान सभी का, सबको यूं अपना माने के दिल ना दुखे किसी का। दया क्षमा नैतिकता हो और हो सम्मान सभी का, सबको यूं अपना माने के दिल ना दुखे किसी का। हम सदस्य ज़ीना के हैं, ज़ीना परिवार हमारा, चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा। हम सदस्य ज़ीना के हैं, ज़ीना परिवार हमारा, चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का